All right, this is 1936 Plymouth Rat Rod build here in Germany. This is should be part number 15, and name is Roger, and I've been working on this sucker now a good year. Now that doesn't mean I'm working on it every single day, but I do have to admit I got a marathon 3 days in a row right now, including about 4 hours today. So this is a frame. This is a homemade frame. This is the third frame I've actually made, so I'm getting pretty comfortable with it. What you got back here is a Speedway rear end. It's a $600 one. I don't get the chrome stuff, but panhard bar, the 375 pound rear coilovers, and just the kit that comes with it. It's a pretty good deal right now. These are some Turbo 3 quiet flows, nice and quiet. I think most people understand what these are right here. These are the QTP, Quick Time Performance Electric Cutouts. And I always put these in here right now. It kind of like helps with the vibration a little bit. My bungs are welded in right now for my LS3 Corvette motor. And obviously oxygen sensor 1 and oxygen sensor 2 goes right over here. And I got this thing pretty well set up. If you noticed, if you watch a couple other videos from 1 till 14, I got the frame painted. So basically I had my buddy Roland, who is a expert TIG welder. I mean, he does it in and out all the time. And you can tell right here, he's the kind of guy who asks you, hey Roger, would you like to have this thing with the little nickel rolls in it, or do you want it nice and smooth? So I always like the nickel roll version, so that's what he actually did for me. So this is the Heights Mustang 2 front end. And you can see right here, I had to come through here a little bit and it got kind of tight. But that's basically it. The motor's pushed back a solid 10 inches already. And if I hadn't have done that, which I didn't know at the time, shit just happens like that, it actually worked out quite well. So power steering pump, this is actually from the Cadillac CT-SV, the front accessory drive from GM Performance Parts. And obviously this is the motor from what's called Connect and Cruise. So rack and pinion front end, it's nice and tight in here. I do some minor modifications I showed you in the last video. Now it's all welded up, TIG welded, and pushed back basically perpendicular to the ground right here. It used to come out, it looked like about a 20-degree angle, and what that did is that threw this thing down and it touched right here, or it came really close. Right now, I'm a ½ an inch everywhere right here, and you see right here, as the Germans called it, eine Kerbe hier reingeschnitten. I took some round, looked like about 3 or 4 inch pipe, cut a shaft in here, and then actually, I don't know if you can see it or not because it's kind of dark right now. This thing is actually painted epoxy black right now. Okay, real quick in German. Motor ist drin, Rahmen ist lackiert und sieht eigentlich ganz gut aus. Wenn da Gewicht drauf kommt, dann setzt sich das Ding gute 3 cm, vielleicht 3,5 cm, und dann geht es ein bisschen tiefer. Und hier habe ich nur ganz kurz, this nennt sich double D's, 3/4 inch, and don't think this is some kind of porno or something. Not double D's is kind of the breast size, but this is a double D as far as steering shaft goes. And with this thing, this will pull straight forward, it'll go in here, and it'll come up right here. And right now, it's pretty tight steering. Anyway, everything worked out. I got my exhaust in here. These are actually from Fiat. I just got these little rubber pieces. Never mind the color because they only had the black ones and the gray ones, but they're actually exactly the same ones. And if you can see, this thing is in here pretty tight. It gives it a little bit of wiggle room, but it's tight and there's absolutely no hitting metal anywhere. Now eventually the exhaust system was supposed to sit back here, but I went ahead and sectioned my, my frame right here. And so the exhaust is going to come out right here. Here are the running boards. I'm going to have a little bitty place indented into the running boards. So I'm going to make my little exhaust tips. I got a good idea how I'm going to make those out of stainless steel. Also, Auspuffanlage ist drin, Motor ist drin, alles passt. Und heute, nicht wie früher, ich bin richtig sauber, no dirt on my head. Und weil heute habe ich nur wieder zusammengeschraubt. Motor, Vorderradaufhängung, Hinterradaufhängung, Benzintank, hat alles unter 3 Stunden gedauert, weil natürlich alle Teile passen. So anyway, I had a friend of mine, Dieter Hofmann, who runs Chem Tools, sent me 3 liters of Epoxy Hearts primer, 2-to-1 component paint or compound paint. Man, I tell you what, that stuff is rock solid, and even if you paint as good as I do, which I don't, it was a cliche, you can't get this stuff to run, and it is rock solid paint. So we painted the frame yesterday outside in the open. I don't care if a fly lands on it, it's a frame, and everything's put together. I'll set my pinion angle when I get my angle from Summit Racing. I got the little angle finder, about 3-4 degrees is what I'm tracking is supposed to be. But that's about it. Bungs are welded, Klimaanlage is drin, front accessory drive system, the radiator I got at the house, and now I've actually got a week off, and I'm gonna play a little bit. Gas tank is in. That's it, man. Stoked. It's Sunday night, and go home and have myself some chili dogs. Anyway, here's the Corvette regulator slash fuel filter, and right back here is where I'm going to put the item I got from a company called Tanks, and it is a 65 psi fuel pressure. I think it's the PS2 they call it, and that's up to about 600 horsepower, which this thing has 430. But anyway, stoked about this thing. Panhard bars in. The stainless steel gas tank of 118 liters. I think that comes up to like 35 gallons. It's baffled. It looks pretty tough underneath here. And that's about it. Noch einen ganz kurzen Blick von hier unten. Here's my frame from the bottom. And my drive shaft will run right through there in the middle. You don't see it right now. And again, what I pointed out, my pipes will actually have a little bitty bend up here. I got a piece that actually makes that happen, and they'll come out right underneath here and come out on the bottom of the running boards. So anyway, super progress. Thing looks good. I'm gonna put the body back on here. That takes about 10 seconds to put on. I've gotten pretty damn good at it. And what you can't see out here, and it's kind of hard to see, but underneath here I also got this epoxy paint. This is absolutely smooth up in here. I know you probably can't see that, so I'm going to stop talking now. But same thing over here. Basically, I'm taking a 36 Plymouth shell and putting a modern driveline underneath it. And that's about it. So, from Runneberg, Germany, the 5th of October, 2014. We're about a month out from rolling this thing back to the house. And that's about 5 or 6 clicks away here. And the only thing I have left right now is just put the body back on, weld the floor into it, which sounds kind of difficult, but actually is not that difficult. Und switch to German real quick. Und dann kann ich das weiter in Ruhe zu Hause fertig machen mit dem Kabelbaum und die ganze Elektronik und alles. Here's a little trick I got to show you that I always do. A lot of people have cables and crap running on the outside of the car, and what I've done here is I've also cavity sealed this sucker with about 1 liter of nice warm wax. And right here is where my frame rail ends, or excuse me, my body ends. So right down here, my fuselage block will sit about right here. And this will be my inlet for all the cabling going to the front, basically lights and horn and crap like that. I just run a string down here or a wire through the front, find it, pull it out of here, hook the wire to it and pull it back through. And this is the one for the rear of the car. So instead of exposing my Kabelbaum, my cabling, all on the outside next to the heat and everything to the elements, I put it inside the frame and it comes out way back here, and right here I'll just run it up and get it around here and into the back where the lighting is in the back of the car. So it's just a little trick that I started with my 30 Ford Coupe, and that's basically it. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking right now and call it a day. We've got exactly 9:30, so at about 10 o'clock I'll be at the house. Alright, that's it. Cool beans. That's it. Take care. Bye-bye. Tschüss.